Well, here we go. Another episode of Will It Run. Here we're looking at a tractor today with a loader. Anyway, there's other stuff here too that's for sale. And the Jaguar. Well, anyway, waiting for him to show up so we can make a deal. On this here Case, I think it's a VA, maybe a VAC model. Take it home, see if we can make it run. Man, this thing is pretty cool. It even appears to be registered. Probably runs and drives, I'm guessing. It is for sale, though. Yeah, sorry, bro. There was a wasp there that was not happy to see me. Yeah. Oh, looks like a nasty storms are coming. I'm glad we got this thing on the trailer. That sure takes a lot of the work out of it, having that winch. Yep. Just the nick of time we're getting finished here as the rain begins to fall. It's a 1947 Case VAH. Been parked for a while. Well, we made it back to Caldwell. Here we are. No major mishaps. All right, tune in. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
One thing, boy, that son of a bitch is...
Well, here you go.
Huh?
Yep. You got rid of the wasps? Yeah, boy, there's a bunch of them in there. They're all over inside the dash.
I sprayed in there.
I see that. So the batteries for 2021?
Yeah, that's a brand new battery.
No, it isn't.
It looks like it.
2021 was 5 years ago.
Well, those old 6 volts are pretty tough.
Well, it still had some life. I'm shocked. It's been parked for a while. We'll see if it'll do the job.
See if we can get it started. That's the main thing. Anything in it?
Yeah, there's liquid in there. It's down a little bit, but we don't care about that. It's got something in it. Well, there you go.
You got any gas in it? There's the sediment bulb down below.
Well, there was something in it, but I don't know if there's enough to do anything. There's the fuel valve. Let me see if we can turn it on or if it's turned off even. Appears to be turned off, so I'm going to turn it on.
Well, that goddamn non-alcohol gas,
Yeah.
boy, they raised the price on that son of a bitch.
Well, it's never been cheap.
Yeah, I know it, but it was $25 for 5 gallons.
Yeah, it's like $4 a gallon, right in there. I mean, regular gas is $3.50. It's usually 50 or 60 cents more.
That East Cleveland market down there, where I usually get that non-alcohol gas.
Yeah.
And they arrested the fucking woman in there and ran the place. She was cheating the fucking.
While you were there?
No. They didn't have any Powerball because I was going to buy another Powerball.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any. And he says, well, we're not going to have any because they took everything out of here.
Really?
Yep. He said because she was cheating.
Oh, no kidding.
Like if you'd scan your card that said that you made $100.
Yeah.
Then you give your card to her, and she would make it. She'd say, well, it's for $50. And she said, okay, we'll give it to me.
That's why you always check on the machine yourself.
Yep.
That's what I always do. I don't know why this spring was hooked on there. It was hooked to the throat of the carburetor to the throttle. That's funky. I'm taking it off for now.
How's the oil? Was black?
Black but full. Yep.
Yeah, well, she's full. It might be full of gas. Or
It's right on the full mark. It's black. Of course, it probably hasn't had an oil change in,
probably never.
Since the 70s or something. Who knows?
Boy, guy need to get your grease and doodad out and get these fucking.
We're gonna have to grease it up, yeah.
Grease these son of bitches here so you can turn it. Probably why the fucking car turned.
Well, it was rusted at first. It was stuck. It wouldn't move at all. That's just a vent. So how do you fill it? Where do you check it at, I wonder?
Your cap on it.
Well, it's just a vent cap.
Yeah, you gotta take it off.
It's threaded on.
Yeah.
Looks like a pipe fitting. You're gonna need like a pipe wrench, probably. The only way you're gonna get that off there. Okay, well. All right, got the battery charging. Let's see if we're getting gas to the carburetor. If we loosen this plug on the bottom, make sure the gas is turned on. See if we're getting any gas. Gas is on. Let's see what we got here. Well, looks like something's coming out. Yeah, not bad. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to put the camera down. Well, let's go grab the booster pack and give this thing a spin and see if it'll start. Oh, it says fix the choke. All right, well, not quite ready. Getting close. All right, here we go. Farmer Fix All. Let's see if I can get the top of it. These old steel wound cables, you actually just spray the outside of the housing because there's openings that go into the middle and will lubricate and loosen the cable. Yeah, a lot better. Excuse me for my poor camera work. Anyway, let's get some more power to it and see if it starts. Well, here we are still. Got it turning over, but it doesn't have any spark. We're gonna have to go into the distributor here and look at the points and the coil. Check the spark plugs. They aren't all rusty, so somebody's done some maintenance to this thing at some point in its life. I don't know how long it's been parked, but anyway. We'll see how it goes. The rotor looks really good. Looks practically new. So does the inside of the cap. And that's killer. Hard to believe. Gonna get into the points. Yeah, holy smokes. Yeah, they look great. Let's get a closer look. Well, it looks like they're a little rusty, so I'll get out some sandpaper and fix that. Maybe that too, looking pretty rusty. I'm gonna need both hands for this, so stay tuned. Well, I think we're gonna have to clean all the electrical connections on this thing. I think they're pretty rusty, not getting very good flow for the electricity, so we're gonna take all these loose and clean the contacts and put them back on. They're okay at the battery. This thing is actually a 6-volt positive ground system. Anyway, but the starter post is pretty rusty, and so is that one, and so is the one on the side of the distributor. So we're going to address all those issues. See if we can get the electricity flowing better, because electricity doesn't like rust. I mean, that one's pretty rusty. Anyway, that one is too. Hopefully I brought the right tools. Let's see. Seems like I never bring the right stuff. You know, that's okay. Oh, that post is loose in there. Look at that. We're gonna have to fix that whole deal. All right, this might take 2 hands. Isn't that the way it goes? Can't hold the camera and do the job at the same time. I'm good, but I'm not that good. All right, stay tuned. Yeah. That lug there being really rusty will cause too much resistance, so the starter can't get enough power to actually turn the engine very fast, especially important on one of these 6-volt systems where it's pretty underpowered to begin with. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty rusty. I see a little copper showing, but it could be better. That side's rusty too, so we're gonna clean it up, put it back together, see if we can't make this baby turn over better. It's pretty slow at the moment. Anyway. As you can see, it's a lot cleaner than it was. I should clean that up enough to make better contact, so it doesn't fit very well. Alright, maybe we'll add a washer, see if we can get better clamp action on that, because this nut doesn't, almost fits down through the hole. Alright. That takes care of that side. Now the ground. One-handed, maybe. Underneath sure does. Okay. Yeah, this one definitely looks rusty too, so. I'm sure it's not helping the cause. With the washer underneath there. Yeah, that's a terrible contact surface. And a rusty washer. Let's rectify this. All right. How's the cable? Cable's not actually that bad. Seems worse. All right. One hand file ought to do it, I guess. See how this goes. Yeah, it's already a lot better. Apologize again for my shitty camera work. I often am not paying attention to where I'm pointing it, so then I glance down and realize I'm not even anywhere close to where I need to be. So that's how it goes. All right, well, let me do the cable. It's going to take two hands, though. Well, that's a lot better. It ought to work better than it did. All right. Let's see. All right, here we go. Back installed. It's in neutral. Let's see. Still not enough oomph to do anything. Well, not sure why. Hot cables? No hot cables. That battery just may be too shitty. Well, let's get the booster pack. We don't like doing 12 volts to these things, but we can do it for a second and see if it'll start. All right. Hang on while we get set up. Okay, YouTube, we're ready for the moment. Battery shows 6.3 volts, but it's clearly not enough. It barely cranks over. So, choke is set. And key, as it were, is on. Boost power. All right, let's see what happens. There we go. Well, I don't know how long it's been since it ran, but it sure sounds good. See if it'll rev up. Nope. Yeah. Turned over pretty good that way. Not that choke. Let's do this. What did I do? Flood it? Maybe I do need to choke it. Sounds pretty good. Not bad for 300 bucks. I think that was a win. Heck, the tires are worth 300 bucks. Well, now we need to get the hydraulics hooked up and see what does what.
All you need on them is elbows, and you're going to need a hose.
We don't have any of the hose or anything that goes all the way to the connector, to the control. They took it all off for the down circuit and plugged it. I don't know why. I don't know. Let's have a look. Says it's charging. I show 15 pounds of oil pressure. Temperature gauge hasn't moved. Well, I'm gonna unhook the booster pack. There you go, YouTube. $300 tractor. And it runs. Now if we can get the hydraulics working, that'll be the cheapest loader you ever found in your life. Just actually runs okay. Somebody's made this thing longer. It's kind of weird. Definitely been farmer fix-all. Probably adapted to fit this tractor because it wasn't long enough to begin with. Well, now it's going to take a trip out to the tractor junkyard. That's great. I'm impressed. Will it start back up? Now, I think the starter probably needs rebuilt. The only way it wants to crank over fast enough was 12 volts. And we'll look into that too. Well, there you go. Well, we need to get this uncovered because this thing needs to run and drive again because it's going up for sale. Any guesses as to what it is? Oh, let me uncover it and I'll show you. Give me a second. Well, there you go. She's been restored years ago. Never was really driven much. Last registration 2001. It would have been the 7th month, so July. So 24 years, 25 years since it's been on the road. It's all restored inside and out. International KB1 47. No Bondo, no rust, all original sheet metal except for the tailgate. Anyway, there you go. And of course we still have a few other projects to mess with. That's an Austin Healey Sprite. Not an valuable one. It's the Mark IV. But this needs to run. It needs a new home. It's a 41 Chevy. Original engine. It's had a lot of work done to it. Of course, obviously it needs painted. But it was running, and the interior's still pretty good in it. Except for the headliner. The weather has not been kind to it. Anyway. Nicer on the inside than it is on the out. Well, here we are. Welcome to Idaho. Looks like another fire out in the desert. Just getting started. Not even been reported on the news yet. Here's a lot better view of it. And that's not good news. Looks like it is on the other side of the river, so it's technically Oregon, not Idaho. Close enough.